definitely excited. It's also haven't yet. Really?
A lot of the
First time. Oh my gosh, so excited. But
Mary,
it's also
sorry,
exciting.
Mary. Hi, my name's Amanda. Along with the festival committee, I'm the organiser for the Rockin Food Festival, which takes place from Friday the 4th of August until Monday the 7th. We have a full schedule, only a week to go, and whether you're a rock and roll fan, a foodie or a family, there's something for you. The festival is supported heavily by Wexford County Council and the Fáilte Ireland and Ireland's Ancient East Festival programme, along with several sponsors that without their support it wouldn't be possible. This year our sponsors are Rockshore, the Riverside Park Hotel, Enniscorthy Credit Union, the Wexford Food Family and Wexbury, the Spirit of Wexford. So with that in mind, we have a couple of guests to tell us all about the festival plans for this year. My first guest is Joanne from the Farm Shop in Wexford. Joanne, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much. We're very excited to be involved this year.
Yeah, it's great. So we're just going to have a little chat about your involvement. So obviously you have a great farm shop located in Wexford. How long are you there now?
Well, we're established for just a year. We opened around Patrick's Weekend last year.
Okay.
And yeah, we've been going strong ever since.
Okay.
Learning as we go.
Yes, yeah. It's a great shop. I'm very fortunate to live very close to it. So yeah, I love it. Fresh bread and scones and everything every day.
Yeah, lots of local people actually love to be able to just pop in, get their few bits.
Yeah.
Their veg, bit of bread, fresh scones, things like that.
So you're a member of the Wexford Food Family, and so you are representing basically all of the food producers this year at the festival. So give us an idea of what we can expect. Who'll be there? What products should we?
Okay, well, we'll have lots of Wexford jams from the Wexford preserves.
Yeah.
We will have the Wild About produce.
Oh,
Fiona
yes,
from Wild About.
Yeah,
she
gorgeous.
does amazing artisan syrups and pestos.
Yes.
Nettle oils,
They're lovely. I think we
things
have
like that.
some of them up there, on the shelf.
Yeah, and lovely Wexford chutney, which will go along with the Meadowfield Farm cheese, and I love crackers.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
So, yeah.
Gorgeous crackers.
I'm trying to think, there's so many lovely Wexford producers, but we try and have as many in the shop as possible. A lot of the, when I started off, a lot of the Wexford producers were really helpful and introduced me and gave me phone numbers, and you know, there's a great network between everybody.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it, to have that kind of a community?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. And we have Lee from Zyra is also involved.
Yeah, I think she's doing a demonstration.
She is.
So we'll have her chocolates on our stand as well.
Your story, your background, I mean, you're obviously very passionate about local food and producers. So what kind of enticed you into this whole arena?
Well, it wasn't actually in my plan. I hadn't envisioned myself doing this, but my husband decided that it would be a good opportunity, and actually it has. It's been challenging, but it's been really fun setting it up and getting to meet everybody. And
it's a family affair, isn't it? You're all
really
involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And my daughters help out and listen to me having a nervous breakdown when I come home about ordering things and accounts, and we kind of do everything ourselves. But
baptism of fire, I'd say.
Yeah, it is. But look, that's what it is, and you have to really be hands-on.
Joanne, thank you very much for coming in to see us.
No, thank you.
Wish you the very best with the festival. I know it's your first time.
It's our first time, and we're really excited, actually. We don't know what to expect, so...
Yeah, no, it'll be great. And I think it's lovely to have a presence from all the food producers. It's the first time ever that we've actually had this where every Wexford producer will be represented. So it's great that you're involved and that you're working so closely with the Wexford Food Family.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment. We're on the phone with everybody and getting all the stock ready for
Fantastic.
Friday.
That's great.
And load up and go. So
Brilliant.
yeah.
Well, the very best of luck with it,
Thanks a
and
million.
hope it's a great festival
And I
for
hope
you.
the weather is really good for
I
us.
think, yeah, we all do. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thanks,
Lovely.
Amanda.
Thank you. My next guest today is Mark Kavanagh, and Mark is here representing, he's wearing two hats today. So not only is he the owner of Wexbury and a sponsor of the festival, he's also the vice chairperson of the Wexford Food Family. And he's been instrumental in pulling together what we have. It's really the best showcase of Wexford food since we've ever had. So you're very welcome, Mark.
Well, thanks for having me, Amanda.
Good.
We're back again for another year.
Back again for another year. So are you all excited? And
Well, sure, I'm delighted you didn't get rid of us yet anyway. So
Yeah.
we're definitely excited. It's having the opportunity for our first time doing it last year to see that how things went well enough that
Yeah.
we're invited back to have the same pitch and bigger is really what we're want to capitalize
Yes.
on again. So we're very grateful for the opportunity.
oh yeah, no, it's great. And if we just think back to last year for a minute, you weren't that long started, and tell us a little bit about, I mean, your journey, you know, the experience of being involved in the festival, and what it's kind of done for you, and all your successes this year as well.
Well, yeah, I suppose we were maybe a year and a half from idea to concept by the time we got to the festival the first year. And I suppose for us being from Enniscorthy, having such a strong food festival in our back garden essentially is one of the best opportunities that we have every year to just let the local people who are around us and have known me from selling strawberries for all the years come back again and have a drink and have a chat and see how the thing is after evolving. There's been so much happening in the background. We've been very lucky to get support from the likes of our local Leo, Enterprise Ireland, Borbia, and it's really, it's nice to know when you're putting in the big effort that people are there to support you when you're kind of helping yourself. So it's hard to summarize, but all extremely positive. And I suppose we just need to make sure we put up the same show again this year, if not better, please God.
And I know, I just want to let people know as well that there's a lovely opportunity. The Big Wheel is back, and they can avail of the Wexbury Wheel experience. So they'll have a Wexbury cocktail in their hand as they go around this year. So that's on the opening night.
We're again excited and privileged to be sponsors of the Rockin Food and Fruit Festival. And one of the things that we were asked to facilitate again was the Wexbury Wheel experience, when we got told that there's people going up and down in a wheel and having a nice bite to eat and having a drink. It sounded lovely. We wish we could be there ourselves, but it's actually to facilitate that is between that and the opening night is what we're going to be doing on the Friday. And then sure, it's all steam ahead then for the following 2 days. So it's a nice way to kind of warm us up for the bigger picture, and even just to kind of get a bit of brand awareness around the town and stuff. So we're looking forward to it.
Great. And just on to the Wexford Food Family and your role, the role that you play there. I think it's fantastic to see that the Wexford Food Family have such a strong presence, and it's growing all the time. So just in terms of pulling it all together, just talk us through that, or who's coming, or what can we expect?
Well, first of all, the Wexford food producers came to the festival to be a part of it themselves.
Yeah.
The food family was, obviously a lot of our members were going, and we realised this, so we organised a grant which was supported by Visit Wexford and our local Leo. That subsidised everyone's stalls that was from Wexford and a part of the food family. So automatically you're getting a kind of a sense of value for your membership, but also kind of a nice sense that you're part of a community that supports your business, rather than, I suppose, being a part of an entity for vanity or for the sake of it. You're really getting value as your business by being involved. And that's what we as the producers wanted to create, because as I said, a little bit of market research goes a long way. And I think anyone that's taken help like that, and we're just the facilitators. We're just trying to establish an environment where Wexford Food has a community of people that support each other. But we're very lucky to have such an amazing board between Pauline and Clone Yogurts, Trudy, from Trudy's Kitchen. I could use Scott from Atlanta Seafoods, Mary from Mary's Bakers. I'm after God Almighty.
Don't worry.
Kill me.
Mary will forgive you. Sorry, Mary.
And the Vegan Bakes and John Walsh, Irish Country Meats.
Yeah.
So a very, very powerful team of people there that have been lucky enough to get the support from Leo, which is, again, it's a vote of confidence in them and us to get this funding too.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And I think for visitors coming, it's great to have everybody there in the one place that we can, festival attendees can just sample the best that Wexford has to offer. The Wexford Food Family Food Marquee is also jam-packed, and in addition to the likes of Kevin Dundon and Edward Hayden, we have Paul Hines from Lacote, who uses only Wexford produce, and we've got all the rest of the producers as well doing demonstrations throughout the weekend. So it'll be brilliant, and I definitely encourage people to soak it up and to taste and try everything.
Everyone's done their job. It's all organised. We're ready to go, and we're going to make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we look forward to it, and I hope it's a great weekend, and wish you all the best with it.
Thanks a million. You too.
Thanks for coming in, Mark.
No problem. Tasty parlour. No, Mary's going to kill me.
Gluten-free.
Yeah. Stuff.
Felix, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very good, very good. You're very welcome today.
Thank you very much.
So this is the first time that you are taking part in the Rockin Food Festival.
That's right, yeah. It's a brand new, well, the business is still brand new, so I only set up really in January, so it's the first time, and I'm excited to be in.
I'm just looking at your product here, so you've got some beautiful branding.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit then, how did you start, or why have you gone down this road?
So, well, it's exactly 10 years ago now, actually, that I was suffering from various different health issues. And then my doctor told me to eat less sugar. Like, one of the things I had to do is to cut down my sugar consumption. And the one thing that I couldn't find anywhere in shops or like anywhere to buy was jam that is actually low sugar. So I just started making it myself, just for personal consumption. And it was like a very normal thing for me that when I wanted to eat jam, I just made my own one. Yes. Very high fruit content, very low in sugar. Okay. And over time, more and more people asked me if they could buy the product from me. And then it was around this time last year when I actually said, hang on a second, like I have that problem. And it seems like many more people have a similar problem. And I started to sell them. So I started being on the farmer's market in Enniscorthy every week. And now the products are actually sold in Super Value as well. Across Wexford in the southeast. So it's, I still think it's a slow progress, but actually if you think about it, it's actually going really fast. Yeah,
and I mean, I've tasted it, and it's amazing because I said, normally anything that's less sugar, you automatically think, it's not going to be nice, but the flavor is all there. So it's not, how do you substitute this sweetness or what?
Yeah.
Tell us your trade secret.
Yeah, and the secret is actually very simple because I just use much more fruit and less sugar. Okay. Like all the other brands that are out there, when they say no added sugar, they would substitute sugar with like a fruit juice concentrate, which is very similar to sugar, it's just sweet, or artificial sweeteners. So everybody tries to keep the sweetness level really high. And More Taste is the only brand that I'm aware of at the moment that is actually reducing the sweetness. So using much more fruit and less sugar gives it a fruitier taste. It's less sweet. And it's all like most of the different jams also have a kind of tartness to them.
Yes.
So it's a very different product to everything else that you find in the market at the moment. It's much less sweet, got a little bit of tartness. And it seems like people really appreciate the fact that it's a little bit different and healthier.
It's tasty and it's good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Last year, crowds were about 50,000 people visiting Enniscorthy over that weekend. So you'll meet lots of your customers and new customers, hopefully.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And like as you said, it's just a week to go now.
Yes,
I'm building up my stock levels at the moment. I don't
so.
really know what to expect. But like when we're finished here, I'm going back home. I have loads of apricots actually waiting for me. It's apricot season at the moment. And it's quite difficult to get the like fruit that is actually great or like tasty enough for making a nice jam without like loading it with sugar.
Okay.
But they're waiting for me, and I hope they will be ready for next week.
The other thing I was going to say, are you a rock and roll fan?
Oh my God, sometimes. But I'm not great in dancing, to be honest. So I like watching or listening. Well.
So you'll have the flavors and the sounds and everything throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, but you probably won't see me dancing, I guess.
You never know. You never know. That's great. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in to chat to us, Felix. And I really hope that the weekend goes well for you. I hope the sun shines and that you'll get to meet lots of new and your customers and that.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me. And I'm really looking forward to see you again next week.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. My next guest today is Manoj from the Holy Grail in Enniscorthy. And Manoj is here to have a chat about their involvement in the Rockin Food Festival. You're very welcome, Manoj.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the Holy Grail. Has been around. I think you're probably the most famous Indian group of restaurants in Wexford. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we have restaurant. We start from Ballandagan first about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Then we moved to one in Enniscorthy. That's my brother Biju.
Yes.
And second one in Wexford.
Yes.
I am running that. And third one in Neuros.
Yes. Yeah.
Neuros one. We have 4 restaurants around southeast.
Okay.
So we are very popular for curries, traditional Indian curries.
Great curries.
Curry.
Yeah.
People traveling all over the countries coming for curries.
For the authentic Indian
beautiful
cooking.
curries. People loving.
And in Enniscorthy, so we're going to chat about the Rockin Food Festival.
Yeah.
So you guys have a great show every year for many years. You're
yeah.
great supporters of the festival. And what can people expect from the Holy Grail this year when they come to visit?
Okay, we have planned to do stall outside every year.
Yeah.
Usually we have 2 or 3 dishes, popular dishes there. This year we're going to have a lot of different varieties of food. We have starters and curries and many things we have this year. This year. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. People loving curries and all people coming. Everybody is coming for curry, and we have stir fry, and everything is homemade and only using local ingredients like.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, all local meat, all
local meat.
All
very
local,
good.
yeah.
And your restaurant, I mean, you're really well located because you're right in the centre in the market square. So what's the atmosphere? Describe the atmosphere, kind of what people can expect in the market square that weekend.
Lot of crowd, very busy.
Yes.
We have few different chefs. They're standing there to serving this year.
And you get to enjoy a little bit of the music when you're outside.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Do you dance? Would you be taken to the dance floor as well?
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe.
A little bit after, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
After work.
Well, Manoj, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to stopping by and maybe trying one of the lovely dishes.
Well, curry, must try our curry. Please come, more welcome.
I will, absolutely, and encourage everybody else to do the same.
Well, thank you very much for having me here, and thank you for all.
You're
everything.
Welcome.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
very much. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Manoj.
Amanda. Thank you.
Brandon is here today, and he's going to take us through the rock and roll gig guide for the weekend and have a chat about all the things that we have planned for the festival. You're very welcome, Brandon.
Hiya, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So you're a musician and you play...
For me sins, yeah.
Okay. You play the guitar, is it?
Yeah, guitar and bass mostly, but and with strings I can give it a go. Do a bit of banjo and stuff as well.
And so you're very familiar with the Rockin' Food Festival, and you've frequented it several
Been
times.
going since 2017. I want to say. Is that what year did it start?
This is the 8th year, so
2015.
2015, yeah.
Probably been going since 2015 then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, every year. My mother ran a stall in it once,
Okay.
selling knitted toys and stuff. But yeah, no, like the whole town really comes alive, and it's like being in Italy or something for the weekend. Just all the stalls and people out and food trucks and.
Yeah, it is. It's quite unique as well to have the blend of rock and roll with the food and kids' activities. So you have.
It's never
a whole
really
mix.
been stopped with the bad weather either. Like it always seems to go.
Yeah,
well.
touch wood.
Well, even if it, like there is bad weather, people don't seem to care. Like
No, just
they're out
kind of-
anyway. Like
yeah. No, it's great. And this year, then, so there's quite an impressive lineup. So who have you got your eye on, or who would you recommend for people
there's
to have a look at?
crowd from Italy coming over called the New Tones, and there's a crowd called the Jew Tones, which was mildly confusing at first, and they're from England.
Okay.
So I've been told to go see both of them. Alan Power and the Aftershocks are very good. He's from Waterford.
Yeah,
he's only a young fella.
Yeah. I saw him actually. He was at the jam session last year on the Monday. They finish up.
Yeah, that
every
was meant to be
year
his first
on a
time
Monday.
out or something. It was
So I think he was he had a viral sensation. He was over 1 million hits on YouTube.
and half of his band are in the Belfords as well.
Okay.
It's all the one big group of lads, so
Okay.
they're really good as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they have there's the ticketed nights in the Bailey and in the Riverside.
Yes. Yeah.
That's Graham Fenton and
The Jets.
The Jets,
and
yeah.
Livestock Davies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's great
so that's meant to be
excitement
one
about
to
that.
watch as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And are you familiar with the guys in the Southeast Rock and Roll Club?
Yeah. Eamon and Richie and everyone really
Yeah.
pulls it together and
Yeah.
does a lot to get this organised. Like
Yeah, they do. And there's a lot, I suppose there's a huge, it doesn't come together accidentally, like in terms of kind of putting together the stage and dance floor and gigs and getting around the place. But the rock and roll scene in Enniscorthy is quite unbelievable, isn't it?
you really have like, I've had it said to me by people from Wexford Town and Waterford and everything that like they'll come to Enniscorthy to see gigs. And when you say this to some people, they don't believe it, but like we have the Rock and Roll Club, Blues Festival, Roots Festival as well. And we have like gigs regularly once a month for alternative music for young people as well. So you have every market's covered really, and then I'd say you could go to a trad and ballad session every night of the week if you want. There's a great one every Wednesday in Houlihan's as well. Like
Okay.
just
Yeah.
very frustrating. Then, there's nothing to do here.
I know.
Just go outside.
Yeah, just
There's anything you could ask for. Do you know what I mean? Like so.
just the atmosphere overall in the market square, like food. We're lucky this year. We have a lot of you said your mother had a stand
Yeah,
years
there's
ago,
different
did she?
market stuff and all
Yeah,
that as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
chutneys and this sort of thing. Like
Yeah. So we've got the same again. So there's something for everyone. You can dance away and enjoy.
that's it. No, something like you couldn't go and not enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
You'd have to be
yeah.
really miserable.
Yeah.
Which I normally am, and I still manage to enjoy myself. So.
And that's a wrap from us. Thanks to everybody for tuning in to our Rockin' Food Festival inaugural preview. Thanks to everybody who came in for a chat and to all of our sponsors. And look forward to seeing as many of you as possible over the weekend, and make sure to drop by and say hi.